For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, hello again as we see the flowers start to bloom around here, there, and everywhere. It's going to be a nice spring. The rain is helping all that to happen. We've got a really interesting show for you today, and we're going to begin with some friends from Marine City, the Merchants, and they have a place called the Mariner, where they have well, let me have you tell them. Welcome back. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
But you have a title with the word merchant in it.
Well, kind of. So we have the Mariner has different shops inside, and one of them is Mariner Mercantile.
That's what I was looking for.
Yep, that's it.
That's what.
And then we have Blackguard Reserve, which is Paul's shop. And then we have an art gallery in there, and then we do events on stage and film and things like that. So yeah.
For the person that just moved into town and doesn't know what the Mariner is, give me the Reader's Digest version, a thumbnail sketch of.
That's a hard one. We're trying to figure that one out. No.
Oh, are you? Well, how old was the building in the theater?
So the building was built in 1927. It took on a lot of lives, and so right now, what it basically is, it has eclectic shops. It's a destination place in Marine City. It's a must-come to because we have a lot of unique items in there, not just things to purchase, but also to look at. But we have events. It's a cultural place, but we have unique, unusual, eclectic items. To
besides
purchase
him.
And look at. Yeah,
besides me.
him.
I'm one of those
Yeah.
items.
So, and we've kind of gone that same, as different as we are in what we have to offer, we also do that on stage and with films that we show as well. So we've repurposed our stage. We have musical entertainment that comes in. We light up the stage with like 400 candles, and which we'll see a picture in a little bit. And then our acts are just people that you would never see in this area. And we had operatic singers. We had a jazz trio from Detroit. We have the children's choir coming in that's going to be performing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have just, it's not ordinary. It's very,
Yeah, unordinary.
Unordinary.
Sam, if you'll throw up that picture of the stage, we can talk about that. You started the entertainment.
Yes.
Oh, look at the candles on the bottom there. That's wonderful.
So that's Audio Birds. They came in just a couple weeks ago, and that was a fantastic concert. The audience, as you can see, kind of sits in or around with them. So we have limited seating up on stage with the band, and then we also have general seating back this way from the band. And just a great group. The band got more excited as the crowd became more involved in their music. It was just a wonderful evening. So,
how many seats do you?
So we have 48 seats in the theater, and then
it's very intimate.
Yes, and then we fit about 14 to 16 on stage. So it's a very intimate gathering. People end up going up and talking to the band. The band comes down and talks to the people. So it's something like, I don't know of any other place that does anything like this.
Yeah, the interaction's great.
It is. We got this idea about doing the candles because they do this in Detroit at like the Masonic Temple and stuff. So we had gone down to see something down at the Masonic, and we said, oh yeah, we're going to do this, So all it is a, flip of a switch, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
You've had various types of acts. Are you going to continue every week, every month,
So we try to do something twice a month.
Okay.
Between a film or a presentation, like for instance, we're doing something on cybersecurity, cyber attacks, and cybersecurity. To help people, to give them some instruction on what to do and what not to do. We have a couple documentaries coming up. We're going to be showing a documentary that was done on the Babalo boat. It will be released to Imagine Theaters and to the Mariner.
Wonderful.
So that'll be in the fall. We try to mix it up a little bit and have at least 2 events per month, and you can get online. All the information is there. You can buy tickets online. We're on Facebook. We try to spread the news as much as possible.
Okay, Sam's going to roll a YouTube video that you've got up.
Yes.
Which is really well produced.
Yes.
And it gives you a little walk through the Mariner.
Yes,
So,
Yep, little
absolutely.
glimpse.
Sam, let's
Yep.
take a look at that. He's got the audio. He's got it up here.
Mm-hmm.
Really well done. Thumb Coast Aerial.
You probably know who that person is.
I don't.
Peter Michael.
Oh, it is Peter Michael.
Yes, Peter Michael.
That's a different name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Peter
yeah.
Michael Photography, right? He now has Thumb Coast Aerial. And so he actually did the aerial for our house that we have up
Yeah.
for sale. And we thought, oh my gosh, why don't we have him do the Mariner?
Yeah.
Just because.
Did he do a drone in the store?
So I'll explain that part, and then you can explain the rest. But he did come in from the park across the street,
Yeah.
in with the drone, up to the stage, and around and out. And
Then he has this little Segway that he can control with his knees that he
Right.
stands on, and he has a camera that sways, and so he drives or rides the Segway through the rest of the building to get the rest of the shots. And
Oh, he did a beautiful job.
wonderful.
Absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful job.
And he has a special kind of tripod, right? So with
Yeah,
his
the
camera,
swivel,
so
yeah.
it kind
Gimbal.
of, so it
Gimbal
gives,
kind of-
That's it,
yeah, so
yep.
it gives you that
Yeah.
illusion that it is a
Right.
drone going
Right.
through. So yeah, very
Yeah,
nice.
it's great,
So we're happy
yeah.
with
Good
it.
stuff.
So.
All right, so we got entertainment coming up, we got meetings coming up, but the place is the Mariner, and they can get all the information they need at.
www.mariner-mc.com.
Okay. All right. Have we
Everything's
missed anything,
there.
Paul?
I think we're doing great.
So what is your store within the store?
So my store within the store, I have, I guess in a nutshell, is a vintage hobby store. So vintage games, role-playing games and accessories, vintage silver and bronze age comic books we sell. We sell different leather-bound journals and things of that nature. So we're definitely more towards the hobbyist who might be into gaming or role-playing. And so that's what we're doing. But we're also, Blackyard Reserve is also going to be sponsoring, so my store is going to be sponsoring the Marine City Comic Con coming up.
Oh, good.
And that's going to be
third, fourth year?
probably the fourth year
Fourth
now.
year.
We took a couple breaks here because
because of COVID.
And so September 10th, Saturday, September 10th from 10 to 4, we're going to be having the Marine City Comic Con at the Harvest Event Center, which
Okay.
was the old Knights of
Yep.
Columbus Hall
Yep.
in Marine City. So yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be great. Yeah, got a good lineup started with that. I've already
I
started to get
remember
people.
some of the fantastic costumes a couple of people across from me have worn.
Yeah, we have. I forgot about those. But yeah, we're going to have to bring out something good this
Those
year.
are not on the pictures, are they?
We do. One thing I wanted to add too. One of our galleries at the Mariner, we actually rent out one of the galleries to New Century Art Gallery, and so she represents over 22 artists.
Wow.
And here's another way we use the stage is this weekend, and some weekends she has exhibitions of artists, and so she's featuring 4 artists and having a reception for them. So it's a neat place. It's we're enjoying what's happening at the Mariner. So
Yeah.
Well, we were down the other day in Marine City and walking around, I think it was Sunday, and the place was packed.
yeah.
Out
Yeah.
by
Yep.
Todd's ice cream
And his
street
coffee
too.
shop and the
And
coffee shop. Yeah.
Everything was just, there were so many people. It was really delightful to see.
Yeah, that's
Delightful
wonderful.
to see.
Yeah.
We missed anything?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Okay, very good.
Thanks for having us.
That's your invitation to the Mariner in Marine City. Don't you dare miss it. It's fun, it's exciting, and there's lots of great stuff to see. We'll be right back with some information about St. Clair County Community College and the Challenger exhibit, which is about to open. We'll find out, though, just a minute. There's a very interesting place in Port Huron, Michigan, a little small town to the north of us here, and it's called St. Clair County Community College, and a new vice president of St. Clair County Community College, a vice president of communication and special projects, Kristen Copenhaver. Nice to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
You were here a few months ago, to talk about a brand new thing called the Challenger exhibit. Where are we at on that? What's happening?
No problem. So the full name of it is the Challenger Learning Center at SC4. It's a collaboration between a national, regional, and local entity. So with the Challenger Center nationwide, which was created in the aftermath of the Challenger tragedy.
Yep, terrible.
Yes, to honor the lives and legacies of those individuals. So that organization plus Unity and Learning, which is comprised of the Ann Arbor Hands-On Museum, the Leslie Science and Nature Center, the Yankee Air Museum, and now SC4 as well. And SC4, so the three entities are kind of working together to launch Michigan's only Challenger Learning Center. It's one of just 40 in the nation and around the world.
Only 40 in the nation.
And around the world. So
wow.
There are very few of these, so it's a really cool experience. What it is, in fact, is a fully immersive, simulated, STEM-based, space-themed experience. So the goal is to bring people in to gain a deeper understanding of STEM topics and careers, to build 21st century skills like problem solving, communication, collaboration, as well as deepen kind of passion and interest in STEM. So that's the goal, and so we're excited about the progress.
Is this exhibit, I would properly call it an exhibit?
Not necessarily. Nope,
no?
It's permanent, and it's called the Challenger Learning Center. It's located in the lower level of the Experience Center, which is in the Clara E. McKenzie building on Port Huron's campus. So it's a new initiative that we're looking to have for quite some time. So the center itself kind of takes the whole space of the lower level.
So is this planned really for classrooms kind of situation, or can the general public come and see it? Who is it for?
Yes, so we have a number of things coming up, but first and foremost, the center itself is for learners. Right now we have a mission called Mission Lunar Quest. It's actually for ages, for learners in 5th grade and beyond. So it's a scalable kind of programming, so it can be for those elementary school students at the top of the elementary school, middle school students, high school students, college students, community residents, general public, businesses, corporations who want to come in and kind of have those fun experiences with their team members. So it's built for all kinds of learners and very scalable. And so, yeah, the goal when you come into the center is you're kind of divided into different teams, STEM-based roles in each team. So anywhere from being on the geology team, the biology team, the medical team, life support, navigation, communication, all kinds of different positions and teams and careers. You break out into 2 groups. One group goes into the mission control area, and another group makes their way onto the shuttle. So they go up through our decontamination room into the shuttle, up into the transport, and you work together in a very, very collaborative manner to solve, to do experiments, collect research, gather data, collaborate, communicate with one another, and launch a successful mission.
Cool. So it'll get a lot of activity, I think. It should be really busy. Get a lot of people on campus.
Yes, we're so excited. So our big launch event that we're eagerly anticipating is set for Saturday, April 30th. And so that's going to be more of a open house kind of experience. It's not the full mission experience. Those typically take approximately like 2.5 hours for those groups to come in and do those. But this April 30th event will be kind of like an open house where everyone comes in, they get to see it, tour, understand what the space looks like, feels like. It's the goal with the whole space and center was to be really immersive. So the fabrication, the technology, everything is meant to really make you feel like you're kind of going up.
What's
and
the time on April 30th?
So time on April 30th, there are 2 sessions, and it is an event that we are asking for registrations for. But
That's where you get an idea how many people?
Yes, yep. So we actually are getting a lot of registrations now and nearing capacity, but not quite at capacity yet. So we're excited about that. But the one session starts at 10 a.m., another session starts at noon, and they're free and open to the public. And in addition to touring the center, we're bringing in a couple of really special guests.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
We have a picture that
We
Sam's
do.
going to put up right now, and these are the special guests, and then you can tell me about it.
Yes.
Who we got here?
Fantastic. So we have June Scobie Rogers, who is a founding chair of the National Challenger Center, and she is the widow of Commander Dick Scobie, who was on the Challenger shuttle. She will be in attendance, as will 2 former NASA astronauts, Robert Curbeam and Dottie Metcalf-Lindenberger. So we're super excited to welcome them to the center. They'll be on hand. We will also bring in and make our entire first floor, the Experience Center, come alive that day. We have our NASR Natural Science Museum, we have a mineral gallery, our bird technology exhibits, health exhibits, we have the live sturgeon exhibit, all kinds of super science experiments.
Pretty cool
will be on
day.
hand. It's a really cool day, so we're very excited. So that'll be kind of a grand opening.
So you said 10 in the morning. So is it a couple-hour event, and then I should be finished by noon if I have
so
other things to do?
Each session, I think the first session is 10 to about 11:30, and then the next session is noon to about 1:30.
Okay, but you can also then go upstairs and see what's
Yes.
available up there. So.
Absolutely.
Oh, great.
So.
Well, I think it's a wonderful addition to the campus, and I think the public will really get enthralled with it once they see it.
Very much so. We've had some select test missions in thus far. We've brought in some educators, administrators, students, and the feedback that we've had thus far has been phenomenal. I've gotten the privilege of seeing tremendous reactions from people once they come down and experience it. It's been very heartfelt, and it's very exciting to see what kind of access to this kind of STEM-based experience that all kinds of people across, not just in our county area, but all across our region, in our state. We're really looking, as the only one in Michigan, to bring in just a lot of people.
That'd be
and
great.
Open it up.
You can use more tourists and more people coming around and seeing what our beautiful area is here. So that's marvelous.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And once we launch the center, we're opening up to schedule those full missions. So anyone interested in coming to the April 30th event or scheduling a full mission in the future, or even if there's interest in helping support students or groups in the future, go to the Challenger Learning Center at SC4. You can all find that information at challenger.sc4.edu.
Yeah, what's the email address again?
Challenger.sc4.edu.
That's pretty easy. That's pretty easy.
It is.
Kristen, always a pleasure to have you, and please come back anytime you have some more additional information on anything that's going on the campus, because it's an important cog in St. Clair County.
It sure is, and thank you so much. Hope to see you on April 30th.
Yeah, okay. Back with our next guest in just a second. We're back, and we're with a special guest from I love your big title, Division Director of Community Services for Blue Water Developmental Housing, right?
That is correct.
Boy, I got it right. I
Yes,
even
you did.
read it, right. But you're involved with the Sanborn Memorial Home, and talk to me about that.
Yes, we are. Sanborn Gratiot Memorial Home. Blue Water came alongside them in 2006. It was a facility for seniors. And they had been the only game in town as far as assisted living for a long time. But as you know, new things come into town, so they needed a little help. And we were fortunate enough to come alongside them and be able to, move towards a full facility today. So
How many residents do you have?
Right, we are licensed for 32 individuals from the state of Michigan. And right now, as of today, we have 31 because 4 of those beds are funded by the Commission on Aging through senior millage dollars. And so those are in flux. Those are for persons who are at risk, seniors who are at risk, seniors who are homeless, or seniors who are at risk of being homeless. So,
well, it's important work, and it's certainly needed in this economy and in this world that we're living in.
It certainly is. We are finding more and more each year as the baby boomers age out into become seniors, that people worked hard their whole life, but they may not have the finances to go into a traditional assisted living. And Sanborn is a place where the board has reserved 10 or a third of its beds for people who are low income or SSI only individuals.
You brought along a PowerPoint, and if Sam will show up the second slide, I think people will recognize the facility and know where it is. He's going to get that up here in a second. There it is. They've been by it a million times, but they probably never knew exactly what it was. So you provide housing, home, food, comfort, everything there.
When you come to Sanborn, it's a one-stop and all-inclusive shop. You have your own room, which is very nice. A lot of facilities don't have that.
Right.
So you have your own room. Yeah, and we provide, activities. We provide food, basic cable TV. Everything that you need in your care plan is provided when you pay your rate to Sanborn. So.
Okay. How can people help you?
Well, how you can help me are a couple of ways. One is by letting people know about us and that we have, there's a place for everyone at Sanborn. The other way you can help us is obviously those beds, the 1/3 of beds that are SSI only need to be subsidized somehow. We do that through our own fundraising, but we also would be happy to take donations from the community to help us subsidize those 10 beds.
Okay. And the last slide there has some phone numbers on it, Sam, and he could throw that one up. There we go. And so if they want to contact you, that's the good numbers to get.
Right. You can contact our home manager, Betty Geiger. She is there Monday through Friday, but if you have an emergency, also it's a 24-hour shop, so someone can get a hold of us. And that phone number is 810-985-5631. We also have email, and we also have Facebook and a website. So go ahead and take a look. If you have any questions, no question, we would be happy to answer any questions you have. And if you're not quite ready for assisted living, or you have a family member that will need it soon, contact us. We'll be happy to take you on a tour of the facility and speak with you, and you can get on our wait list.
How old is the facility?
The original facility was built in 1865.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
It's still in wonderful use.
That's right. Yep.
And you cover almost a whole block there, don't you?
Yes, we do. The corner of Gratiot and Garfield. Yes, we cover the whole thing. And what's been nice is we have had such a supportive community, be able to do renovations to the facility and keep some of the original things there, but bring in new things that keep the people safe at the facility. So,
Kathy, thank you for coming in, and thank your compatriot for coming to Rotary last week.
I certainly will. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Yep, you too.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Back with Deb Johnson in just a minute. And we're back with Deb Johnson. Nice to see you. Welcome back to the show.
It's good to see you too.
This is a busy month for you.
Every month is a busy month.
Autism Awareness Month? Mm-hmm. Well, tell me about it.
Okay. Well, autism, a spectrum disorder, describes a group of developmental disorders that affect a child's ability to communicate and socialize. It ranges in severity and symptoms and in the level of disability. It usually appears before the age of 3, And unfortunately, it continues to be on the rise. If you remember a couple of years ago, well, actually 2016, the rate was 1 in 68 kids will be affected by autism, and now it's 1 in 54.
Wow.
So that is a 14% increase in just since 2016. So that's pretty significant. And then, so one of the things we like to share during this month, we're doing a couple things. We're doing a bingo game, and that
A bingo?
it's Autism Bingo. It's online. You can get the full details and download a bingo card from our website or Facebook.
Cool.
And there's different things to do. Like, so if you wear blue, you can give yourself a check off because blue is the color. And I wish I would have wore blue today to have this discussion. But I did wear blue and posted it on Facebook. Our work did a thing to raise awareness for the
Right.
the kickoff of April's Autism Awareness Month. So you'd get something for that. If you read something about autism to learn about it, you give yourself a check. If you watch a video about autism, get a check mark. If you share things on social media, you get a check. And if you get bingo, once you get bingo, cross, horizontal, whatever,
Right.
just like bingo, you can take a picture of the card and email it to us, or you can scan it and send it to us or drop it off. At the end of the month, we'll have a drawing, and we are going to give away some $25 gift cards.
Wonderful.
Yeah, one of our staff in the children's division thought about that game
Cute idea.
over a year ago, and we just thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And maybe people will play because they're going to win a prize, but the benefit is that they're going to learn more about autism.
Right.
So one of the things that I probably should have said before I got into that game, because I think the game is fun, is there are some typical signs that people should look for that might be cause for concern. So things like unusual repetitive mannerisms, difficulty with change. Sometimes kids have more sensitivity to sound, light, texture, smells, things like that. And if you are, as a parent or a caregiver, have any concerns about any of those things with your child, you should consult with your pediatrician, or you can call our access line and ask what resources there are. If the child has Medicaid, we can do an assessment and help and provide services through community mental health. If the child has private insurance, there are multiple providers now in St. Clair County, and you can get all the information on those agencies from our access center as well.
Is it always a young person's disorder? I mean,
Well,
I guess
it starts before age 3. It's not something like you would just
You don't get it when
you
you're
won't
50.
get it at 26 or 50 or whatever, right? No, you would have it from birth on.
Okay.
And like I said, there's all different levels. You could be on the autism spectrum and be one of the smartest people in the world, but there's other little things that you have. So
You brought in a speaker 2 or 3 years ago who is world famous. She was down at the Performing Arts Center. And I can't think of her name now, and neither can you.
That's because I'm getting older. You're right. Because she was a college professor. She wrote
Right.
books. Yes.
Right.
I'll get
And
the name
she had
now.
autism, and she's done everything imaginable.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have autism where they're somewhere on that spectrum, and they're super successful people. So the biggest, most important message, I guess, to take away from this is early intervention is key to a person living the best life that they can live. And so early intervention, just like with everything, we keep trying to draw, the same, analogy between physical and mental health care, because you do always have to look at the whole person. We talk about that all the time. And we continue to try to fight the stigma associated with mental health care, because it shouldn't be any different than physical health care. We talk about that. And so just like we always say, early detection saves lives when it's cancer or other kinds of serious illnesses, early intervention will help you be the best that you can be. So it's important.
Next, you have another national
Month.
awareness month.
And it is National Minority Month. There continue to be differences in attaining full health potential in the United States between minority populations and non-minority populations. And so the national, the theme this year for National Minority Health Month is Give Your Community a Boost. And I think that's a great theme, especially, I'm going to talk a little more about that, but it's a great segue too to talk about the Southside Spring Festival, which we are doing on April 23rd in partnership with the Blue Water Area Chamber of Commerce, Community Foundation, Community's First Health Centers, Black Lives Matter, NAACP, SCORE, the Diversity Initiative of St. Clair County Health Department. And actually, Annette Mercantile, Dr. Annette Mercantile from the health department, after hearing from Thelma Castillo of the chamber, said there's extra money left over from COVID-related things, and so she said, I really think we know that that there continue to be significant health disparities in minority populations, including when it came to COVID, and so she thought about, like, let's do something where we can do a lot of health screenings, testing, more COVID information, and even though COVID is completely on the going down right now, we saw that last year too, down, and then, so we still need to stay kind of aware of everything. And so there'll be COVID vaccine available, education, other vaccines, health screenings, the mental health screenings. There'll be like ask a nurse, ask a clinician, a therapist, those kinds of things. There's going to be a mobile food pantry there, so free food. There's going to be like booths, like where there'll be free food throughout the day. Like I think Tyrone Burrell from Sons is going to be cooking up, I don't know if I said him in the organizations, but Sons is also going to be there cooking hot dogs. Our group is mental health is going to be handing out popcorn and I think Slurpees, I'm not sure. And then there's all kinds of like fruit, there's all kinds of other food.
So it'll be a fun day.
Yeah, it's like a carnival, sort of, but a health fair carnival, kind of. So yeah, hope people will come. So
next is child abuse. What's the topic there?
Well, just that this is also Child Abuse Prevention Month, and so it's a month, that this is the month that the Child Abuse Neglect Council hosts its annual big fundraiser, the Big Dinner for Kids' Sake. But it's also a time to continue to raise awareness about child abuse. I don't know if you hear, there's been a lot of PSAs on the radio about trying to raise people's attention about child abuse. We know that it kind of increased, like you thought maybe there were decreases during COVID. There really weren't decreases. It just wasn't being reported because kids weren't in school, and a lot of reporting comes from teachers and things like that. So, we're they're pretty busy at the Child Abuse Council now, but also one of the most important things that they do there, and we've talked about the local St. Clair girl before, Lindsay Chop, is the prevention educator for the county, and I think that's one of the most important things we can do. And somebody once asked, I believe it was Sally Straffen, when she was still the director, if does that prevention really work? And she said, if it only worked for one child and that child was yours,
that's all you need.
What do you think?
Right.
And, so if one kid will report right away, like somebody did something they shouldn't have done, like right away, and to stop things before they get really bad, that's what we're hoping for. So, that's it's just an awareness raising time. So. Then also we have, I forgot to mention, a resource for autism. We have a support group. It meets on the third Thursday of each month, either 9 to 10:30 or 1 to 2:30. Any parent of a child with autism can attend that, or grandparent. Anybody who wants to learn more about it, be supported. And it doesn't matter your insurance. There's no fee for the program. The child doesn't have to be getting services with us. But if you want to learn more about it, join for conversation and support. You can do that. And so all the information is that's also on our website. You can call our Children's Services, but we also have the flyer that you'll post.
Now the bottom line important thing is, did you get your golf clubs out yet?
Yes, because I haven't used them in Michigan yet, but I took them to Florida once.
Good.
Talking about summer sports and spring sports.
That's what I was trying to allude to.
Okay, so the Run for Recovery is coming up.
There you go.
There we go. It just takes me a little bit, but so May 14th is our Run for Recovery. We're hoping for a really big turnout. We have Mike McCartan helping us. He came back as our race director this year, trying to really round up lots of runners. We're trying to have some real fun special surprise, but I can't say in case it doesn't happen.
It wouldn't be a surprise.
It won't be. Well, we'll let people know if we're trying to arrange something that will be super cool at our run.
Okay.
And if we get it arranged, we will publicize it.
Okay.
And I think if Mike hasn't come, I think Mike's going to come talk to you about the run.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's fine. We'll have him in.
So I'm hoping that we find out before that.
Okay.
So anyways, Run for Recovery. Hurry up and sign up. Early registration ends, I believe, April 8th. Which is tomorrow. But it only goes up $5, so it's still a great deal.
Oh, right. That's a great deal.
Yeah. So
and you have a lot of fun.
Yes, lots of fun.
Do some important health benefits of being in a run.
Right, healthy minds, healthy bodies, because the connection between the two is so important, and integrated healthcare is so important. We always need to look at the whole person, so that's why we do the run.
I'll let you go. I know you got a big meeting tonight, so.
Yes, I do.
Deb Johnson always has a tremendous amount of information for us, and we appreciate her coming. And that's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.